Alright, so today we're going to do the power rule. And so the first part of the power rule is actually the constant rule. And the derivative of any constant is 0. So if I have f of x equals 7, the derivative of 7 is 0, because all graphs make a horizontal line. The next part of the horizontal, now we're actually going to use the power rule. So if I have f of x equals x to the fifth, then the derivative of x to the fifth is 5x to the fourth. If I wanted to do the fifth root of x, I would have to change that to be x to the 1/5 before I take the derivative. So the derivative would be, drops the 1/5 down, x to the negative 4/5, because 1/5 minus 1 equals negative 4/5. Now, of course, I don't like negative exponents, so I would make this 1 over 5 x to the 4/5. One last one over here, just our basic rule. If I had f of x equals 1 over x to the third, the derivative would be, well, this is really x to the negative third. So I would bring the negative 3 down. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. So my derivative would be negative 3 over x to the fourth. The constant times rule, like 3x to the fourth, when you want to take the derivative, you got 3 times, bring down the 4, and the x becomes a 3. And so that would be 12x cubed. So if you have a number in front, that's okay. If you had a problem like this, with the square on the outside, you cannot take the derivative until you rewrite it as 9x squared. Now I can take the derivative to be 18x. Until we learn the other rules, we can only take derivatives if they are written as ax to the n, where a and n are constants. If we had adding and subtracting, we can still do the rule for each term. So for the first one, we bring down the 2, x, the 2 becomes a 1, plus 5 times 1, and it becomes a 0. The derivative of any constant is 0. And so the derivative for this problem would have simply been 2x plus 5. Let's say that we have 2 plus 3x squared, and we want the point at 1, 25, and we want the equation of the tangent line. So we start out by having the point, and I said in class the only thing we need is a point and a slope, so I can't take it, the derivative, when it looks like this, so I'm going to have to do 2 plus 3x squared. So we got 4 plus 6x plus 6x plus 9x squared, and so I got 4 plus 12x plus 9x squared. And that's before I take the derivative. So the derivative is 12 plus 9 times 2 is 18. 2 minus 1 is x. So when I put in 1, I got 12 plus 18 times 1, which is 30. Point slope formula, y minus y1, which is 25, equals 30 times x minus 1. and unless they specifically say they want it in standard form or slope-intercept form, point-slope form is fine. Finally, when y equals sine x, the derivative is cosine x, and if you have y equals cosine x, the derivative is going to be negative sine x. So if I have a problem of y equals sine x plus x squared, the derivative would be, well, the derivative of sine x is cosine x, and the derivative of x squared is you bring down the 2x, 2 minus 1 is 1. So that's a quick look at the power rule problems. If you have any questions, feel free to email.